Welcome to episode 294 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs, he says, losing his voice. It is Sunday, people. Sunday, the 11th of June, 2023, and I am coming to you right now from a very fucking hot, sweaty, and rather sticky Briggs Towers today, people. It is fucking roasting, and I don't mean that in a British sort of sensibilities of roasting. Yeah, when it hits 20 degrees or whatever. Yeah, we're on 26 here, people. That's what we're coming at you with today. In the UK, global warming has touched Northamptonshire, and we are basking in its glory today. I'm sitting here in a fucking black top because every fucking t-shirt I seem to put on today, well, two, I'm getting those pit stains, people, and nobody needs to fucking see that on YouTube or Facebook or wherever the fuck they watch this thing. Yeah, it's a fucking hot one today, people. So I am sweating like I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna. That's what I'm saying to you. Every fucking conceivable crease in my body is moist. Yeah, I said moist. Because of the heat, basically, and I seem to be carrying a little bit too much weight, and it's all fucking pissing out of me at the minute. So anyway, that's my morning. That's been what I've been trying to deal with. It's now like 5 o'clock at night. It's gone a little bit overcast outside. But it's still fucking warm. It's been trying to rain and thunder. Not that you need like a weather update on this. I remember when I was a kid, my mum used to make us sit on the stairs when there was a thunderstorm. I don't know how that was going to help. Surely if the house gets hit with lightning, everything's going to collapse and the stairs are the only thing that hasn't got anything over it. So you're going to get, maybe she just wanted to get rid of us. She thinks it's a thunderstorm. I can't be dealing with these kids as well. Just get them to sit on the stairs. I can go back to my life before kids. It was a fucking glorious time. I have no idea. No idea. But anyway, it's been a bit of a busy week here at Briggs Towers. I've been out gigging. There's a number of gigs I've done this week. I'll get to those in a bit. Yesterday Saturday morning, it was fucking warm as well. I had that thing where I went for a swim, then I went for a sauna, which I think was a bad idea because it just seemed to heat up my body for the whole of the day. I know you're meant to I've already had like some guy in the sauna telling me that which I always find weird. Nobody needs to talk to each other in the sauna. Just ignore each other, particularly guys. Don't come in and start chatting to me, when you're fucking half naked. I don't know what your fucking underlying issues there are. You know what I mean? What's your agenda here, pal? Yeah? Talking to me in the sauna, yeah? Want to get a little bit close to Benny Boy? Yeah, some guy in the sauna's already given me a detailed explanation of how you cool down your internal temperature. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, me old booty. I'll take note of that. And this is something that I shall be passing on to somebody else. Do you ever get that? Somebody tells you some random bit of information that they find interesting, and you're like, I am never, ever going to be telling anybody about that. I understand the irony of me talking about it on the fucking podcast, people. People just come up with random shit and they just think they're blowing your fucking mind with it. And the next minute, you're just like, come on. Come on now, get to the end of this. Get to the end of this bit so I can say something. That's what I feel anyway. I'm definitely one of those people who waits for somebody to stop speaking because I want to speak rather than actually ingesting what they say. I don't know. Is that my narcissistic tendencies? It probably is. It probably is. If I did one of those tests, I'd probably come out as a sociopath. I have no idea. But anyway, I couldn't get cool for the rest of the day yesterday. I had a cold shower afterwards. And I was just fucking sweaty and sticky and fucking horrible all day. And then I came back, and what I did, I'd sold some fucking clothes on Vinted. Are you selling your clothes? Yeah, I'm selling some clothes. I'm like fucking Fight Club over here. I sold some shit that I bought that I'm never going to wear, that I thought I'd be able to wear this. Definitely. You ever buy fucking clothes and think I'll be able to wear this, and then you try them on and you're like, this is like me fucking 25, 30 years ago. I cannot get away with this shit anymore. I need to buy cardigans. I need to buy smart shirts and a fucking sports jacket to go over the top, or a blazer. Something like that. Not everything, you know. I've got to the stage now with my wardrobe where everything seems like it's been bought for a fucking 20-year-old. And I'm going on stage in it and thinking, oh, fucking hell, man. I'm 46 years old. I better start, getting one of those jackets with the fucking suede, like a tweed jacket with suede elbow patches on there. That's some sort of professorial figure that I have become. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be like that, but like a smart shirt, you got to stop going on stage in a fucking sweat top, especially in this fucking weather. But I walked down to the local shop. There was fucking lovely. The shop's about, I don't know, there's a shop about half a mile away. I had to take this shit down that I'd sold to Vinted because they're the only people who do Yodel, right? I'm in the shop. I get there, I'm fucking absolutely roasting. The woman does a thing with the Vinted bit. And I thought, what I'll do, I'll just buy an ice cream and walk back with the ice cream. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. I thought I'd treat myself, I'm walking off those calories that I'm getting from the ice cream. And I can just walk them off on the way back. I have to hand over my card. She charges, like, it's a quid charge. There's £1, £5 minimum or something, or you have to pay a quid. So I just said, put the fucking quid on there. I'll pay £2.25 for a Magnum. And it was a Magnum White. Holy fucking shit. One of the greatest ice creams ever created, by the way. White chocolate Magnum. And I didn't realise until I opened it, but it was a white chocolate Magnum with cookies. Some of these things that happen, people. Some of these things that happen by accident. It's a fucking game changer, I tell you. White chocolate Magnums to me are nothing. They are the lesser brother of the white chocolate Magnum with fucking cookies, I tell you. It's fucking glorious. It reminded me of like a white chocolate feast. It had the bumps on the outside, the little bits of cookie and that sort of thing. I'm sorry to go on about this, people, but it is, if you have never tried them, it is fucking ice cream nirvana, ice cream heaven. That's what I indulged in. And then I felt like a fat shit all the way back while I was eating it. 11 o'clock in the morning is far too early to be eating ice cream, by the way, unless you've got like some sort of issue, either within yourself, got no self-esteem. I'd already been for a swim in a sauna that day, and I thought, fuck it. I don't give a shit if it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm having a fucking ice cream. I mean, if you're eating a Viennetta, if you've hammered a whole Viennetta at 11 o'clock in the morning, I think there's some definite sort of issue there. Your fingers are still covered in fucking chicken grease from the night before. You get up on the sofa, you've woke up sleeping on the sofa. That's one of the worst things in the world as well, having a sleep on the sofa. Having a kip on the sofa is fine. I've got nothing against that. Having a 1-2 hour kip on the sofa, that's great. You sleep at night on the sofa. That is a big red flag for some sort of issue wrong in your life. Why aren't you going to bed? Go to bed. Don't watch, stay up all night. This is what I'm saying right now, right? But I do this all the time. This is where my hypocrisy is, people. I'll sleep on the sofa and I'm fucking loving it. I'll get up in the morning. I'll feel like a piece of shit because I have had no decent sleep. That's exactly what I did last night. I got in from last night's gig. I got in late. It was about 12:30. I thought I'll have something to eat. That's never going to be a good night's sleep, is it? If you come in at 12:30, you have a snack. You're going to be staying up till 2 just so that can fucking just pass out of your, just really be processed by your stomach a little bit. Get some stomach acids on it. And then you try and sleep on a fucking full stomach on a sofa. You ain't going to wake up the best. So I got to sleep this morning at like 2:00. And then I was up at like 7 because I need to get to the gym by 8:00. If I'm going to go, I need to do that. I need to fucking, I need to put myself through pain to do things. You know what I mean? I need to, I need it to be, an ordeal in some way. I can't just like get 7 hours sleep, 8 hours sleep, something like that, and then wake up fresh and go to the gym. I have to go to the gym feeling like a fucking piece of shit. Like I don't deserve to be there. Like it's a real hardship. So I feel like I'm getting something out of it. And I got up and I went for the swim. And it was like I was swimming through treacle this morning. It's just that not having that 2-3 hours extra kip that I needed. And sleeping on the sofa, which is a fucking, that's just a piece of shit move on yourself, that is. I could perfectly well go into the bedroom. I've got an iPad next to the bed. I was watching a film last night. I think I was watching a film on Netflix, I was watching some Nazi thing, as I tend to do after every gig. That's it. That's my gig routine now. I do a gig, I come home, I watch a Nazi documentary, then I fall soundly asleep. That's it. It was some fucking horrendous Nazi documentary about like the groups. I forget the name of them, Einsatzstrappers or something like that. I don't know. But they were the ones who orchestrated the fucking death camps and fucking shooting people in the back of their head and shit like that. Which the death camps came from because the German soldiers were getting a little bit, tetchy. They were the first, I think they were the first sort of like people suffering with mental health issues. Oddly enough, shooting people in the back of the fucking head and pushing them into pits was having a bit of an effect on the German soldiers, getting them down a little bit. And that's when they fucking ramped up the old death camps. There you go, a bit of information for you that you probably didn't need. We've gone to back where we started, isn't it? You've just listened to me give you a little bit of information that you're possibly never going to tell anyone, or at least look over your shoulder or find out that, they have no Jewish heritage before you drop that one in there. Anyway, yeah, so I watched that for a bit. I find those things fascinating, but also it makes me fucking angry watching those sort of documentaries. That's and there's thousands of them out there. There's documentaries for everything. Hitler's love life, like Hitler's fucking all the women he banged or didn't bang. Hitler's artwork, stolen art by Hitler, fucking everything. Every conceivable documentary you can think of, they've come at it from every fucking angle. Okay, we get it. He was a fucking asshole. Do we need to be told any more? I don't know. I'm going to have to take some water. We're on water or water today, people. This is what it's, it's too hot for tea. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Maybe iced tea. Maybe I ought to become an iced tea drinker, but I'm going to need some water now. There we go. That's it. Lubricate the old voice there. Anyway, if we can switch from Nazi documentaries to other stuff, can we do that? Or are you too invested in this? It's just a horrendous documentary, and it was just making me more and more angry. I wanted to, you have those thoughts going through your head, don't you? That you'll be the one back then to make a stand. No, not at all. And the worst thing was they'd get like people, when they were trying to cover it up at the end, they got people to dig up the bodies that they put in these pits and burn them. And then everybody who dug them up and burnt them, they also got shot because they were trying to fucking hide it. It's a fucking domino effect. I don't know, people. Anyway, let's move on. I've done a few gigs this week. Yeah. I was in Oxford on, I think it was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I think I was in Oxford. I was definitely in Oxford doing new material or trying to get new material out because there was some fuckwit in the crowd who just wouldn't shut up. Now, I say fuckwit. I use that in the broadest sense of the word. It was a woman who was clearly foreign, who thought the night was kind of like either about her or she could just keep interjecting. Which I videoed, which I don't know how that's turned out because I'll have a look at the video. Yeah, it was just so fucking annoying. I'm trying to get out what it is. There's a bit I've done, and I've added a bit to it on the end. So to do the bit at the end, I've got to do the whole bit, which has already been sort of like recorded and just put on from a new material night or whatever. Watch it on TikTok, people. Jesus, that's a fucking nightmare trying to fucking constantly coming up with shit for that. But that's what you got to do these days, people. So anyway, I'm doing the gig. I go on. The woman's like piped up a couple of times. If anything, there was people at the back of the gig who they were like lads, you know, like that type of guy. You know, they were plumbers or something like that. One of them was still dressed in fucking high visibility trousers. But just though he had high vis trousers on and then just like a normal top, which you think, I don't know, where's he working where you need high vis? Surely you'd either have a whole high vis outfit or you'd just have the high vis like jacket on. I don't know. Maybe he's working with dwarves or something like that, like with heavy machinery. I have no idea. But they're sitting at the back, and I thought if any troubles come in from the gig, it's going to come from them because they were loud. They were like trying to interject a couple of times, but were put down by the MC. But yeah, the woman wasn't there for the act before me, and then she comes and sits down, I think. And she just sits right at the front, and you're halfway through it, and I'm doing a bit about like being single, like as an older guy, as I am, people. There we go. Innit? Not to advertise the fact, but there's only a few years left to snag somebody, I imagine. Yeah, so I'm doing a bit like that. And I said how weird it is to be an older guy. People start getting suspicious. Oh, and she just interjected in, "Oh, woman," because she's obviously and you're just like, oh, okay, sweetheart, thanks. And then I started it like fucking 4 times the bit. So you deal with that. You go back to the start and you go, right, okay, I've got to run all the way through this again. And we can do that. And I made a bit of a joke of it. And then she interjected again 4 fucking times. I ended up doing it. And because it's a new material night where there's not many people in, there must have been about 10, 15 people in who were nice, but they were nice people. They were an Oxford crowd. You can't, suddenly turn around and brain this woman with the fucking mic stand. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to. So you got, you can't fucking rip into her because that's it. You might as well just pack up your shit because it's that sort of room where if there's 10, 15 people in there, they're all nervous as shit. They're all in couples, all spread out around the room. It's not a brilliant atmosphere in the room anyway. And as soon as you go off on her, you're going to alienate them, and then you might as well just go, oh, fuck it. And then you might as well just brain her with a fucking mic stand, to be honest. That'd be amazing. Somebody heckles and you just, right, that's it. Throw a tantrum. Attack her with the mic stand. That seems a tad little bit over the top there. And then have the lack of self-awareness to put it out as a clip on TikTok. Comedian heckled. And, comedian heckled. And people go, oh, fucking hell, I love heckler videos on TikTok. Let's have a look at this. No, it's just a comedian physically assaulting a woman on the front row with a rather robust mic stand. But yeah, she just wouldn't shut up. And she was like foreign. I don't know, it's easy to say that, but she was, that's the truth. She had an accent. I couldn't pinpoint it. I'm not very good at accents. And the way I look with a skinhead, I'm not asking a foreign person, where are you from? Where do you come from? Like that. It was either Spain or Romania or an Eastern Bloc country. Could have been Romania, Russia, Belarus, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. It's one of those. I have a lot of difficulty distinguishing between accents between certain countries. I have no idea. She could have been French for all I know. She could have been Irish. I have no idea. Everything. My ears are not finely tuned for accents. However, yeah. So that was a back and forth, and then obviously you're not really getting anything out of it because she keeps chipping in, and you're just like, thanks a lot, sweetheart. I travelled an hour to do this new material, and you've just fucking eaten up my time for me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, you fucking prick. But there you go. You can't do. I've got the clip for that as well, so I'm gonna see if I can edit that down a little bit. It was a 10-minute bit that just went out on, just all I wanted to do. I said at one point, all I wanted to do here tonight was just come here, do 10 minutes of new material and fuck off. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to, engage in a conversation. I mean, it's possibly my fault because I haven't written you any material to say, but you seem to be fucking going along with it yourself, sweetheart. Anyway, don't you? So these are the things you see. Like if you're thinking about heckling comedians out there, do it at a pro night. Don't do it at a fucking new material night where people have like travelled to do new material specifically, and you're costing them money basically and wasting their evening. Or if there's any promoters out there, just kick people out like that. Not that it wouldn't have been weird if she'd have been kicked out, but I'm sure I could have got away with some new material if she wasn't there. Anyway, that was that. So that was Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I was in Milton Keynes. Holy fucking shit, a local one, which was just running through stuff. I managed to do the line that comes after that stuff that I was trying to do the night before. Which was cool, and it went well, and I got a way into doing that to kind of get permission to do it, and they were cool. The gig itself was it was above like a room above a sports bar. So it's a room above a sports bar. They had the fucking West Ham game on downstairs, so you had all those cunts cheering, singing on Forever Blowing Bubbles. It was like a pub out of Green Street. That's essentially what it was. Upstairs, the gig itself, it was predominantly a black gig. I would say that. The organizer is black. There was an awful lot of black people there. And like a few white people and stuff like that. But I tell you what, man. I am a big fan of black gigs. I can't lie. It's just, I don't know, it just seems a better atmosphere. Seemed a good atmosphere. There was a real sort of like energy to the room. People are excited. People were supportive. People enjoyed it. I can't stress enough how much I enjoyed that gig. There was one funny bit earlier on with an act who mentioned Jesus, and then somebody, like, I think he did a joke about Jesus, and somebody out of the audience went, "Leave Jesus alone," or something like that. I didn't realise, looking at the gig, there would be so many people who are into Jesus there, but there was. I think some people had come along from a church or something like that, I don't know, but to be honest, with the material I did, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know how this is going to go, man. There's religious people in the audience. But it went really lovely, to be perfectly honest. And they went for everything. And there was a guy come up to me at the end and said, like about being religious and stuff, but we're okay with if it's funny. So that was kind of a nice thing. But it's kind of made me hate white people now at gigs. There was none of that pent up, like repressed shit, looking over the shoulder to see if it was okay to laugh or anything like that. They just fucking went with it. It was a fucking great gig, man. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely made me hate my own race in the audience. Nobody's sort of like getting offended at shit. Even the woman who, called out the Jesus thing, she was fine afterwards. But there was nobody getting offended. Nobody sort of like, ooh, you can't say that. It was perfectly fine. They were absolutely fantastic. And it's a fucking great gig. Just to go down, try some new stuff out and see what you can get away with. I thoroughly recommend it. And it was made me hate all white people in an audience now. But that was Wednesday, and then last night was nice in just the Tonic. I understand I'm only talking about gigs here, but it was fucking roasting yesterday. I got to Birmingham like about 7 o'clock, something like that, and then you have to fuck around with this is what I hate these days, right? Years ago, you used to have a parking fucking meter that used to take fucking money, that thing that everybody's trying to get rid of. Used to take fucking cash. You used to put cash into a fucking parking meter and you could just like park your car up and it was done. Now, what you got to do is either download a fucking app. Try doing that on my phone in the middle of fucking Birmingham when there's not a Wi-Fi signal, which is a nightmare, using 4G. Can't do that. So then I'm on the phone and I'm fucking ringing the number, pressing 1 for this, 2 for that. It says put in the fucking location. I put in the location that location's not recognised. Of course it's not recognised, is it? I've just typed in the exact fucking number that's written on the fucking sign. Of course, why would it be recognised? It's only you guys who have fucking printed that. I'm not typing in anything different than that you've actually written for people to fucking type in. Finally, it accepts it. For some reason, it wouldn't accept it like 3 times. Finally, it accepts it. Then I have to put in my fucking card details, that sort of thing. It took me about 10, 15 minutes just to park up rather than 2. I swear to God. New technology now is making... I said this the other week on the podcast. You can quote me on this. New technology is making life fucking harder. We've reached a plateau. Everything now seems to be... They tweak everything and it's just taking longer. What's wrong with just putting fucking cash into a machine? Because they have to fucking employ somebody. So they cut that guy's job. It goes round to collect up the cash. It's all automated and the service gets fucking worse. I don't know, man. Maybe the heat's getting to me today. I have no idea, but it really severely pissed me off. 15 fucking minutes on the fucking phone. And then they text you afterwards, the receipt, directly to your phone. And then today I receive another text. What am I from asking me about my parking experience? What the fuck do you care? What the fuck's it got to do with you? What my parking experience was? My car was still there when I got back. It was fine. I don't want to have this little relationship. I'm tired of companies trying to fucking bond with me. Trying to have a fucking relationship with me. It's bad enough. You know, you can't get a hold of you go into a place, oh, do you want a receipt with that? Yes, please, we'll email it to you. No, just fucking print it out the machine and give it to me. I'm not giving you my fucking email address. It's a fucking box of screws. That's what I bought the other day. Do you want me to email the receipt? No, I don't want you to email the receipt to me at all, whatsoever. The gig itself was nice, though. It just started, like, I got to Birmingham, like, I left here, it was fucking roasting. I left here in a T-shirt, carrying my shirt, got changed in my shirt in the car when I got there. I got out, and it looked like it was going to piss down, and it was fucking overcast and everything. It's only fucking 45 miles up the road. I thought it was going to be nice. The gig itself was nice. It was kind of like hen do's and stag do's, but there was a couple of parties of hen do's and stag do's. One load of people dressed as Germans in Lederhosen, Schmorgen, and another. That there were atypical like stags, both dressed as women. I imagine they were stags anyway. They could have been trans ladies. I have no idea. But, you know, they were getting married to women. And not that trans women can't. Oh, my God, this is a fucking minefield. Absolute minefield. There was two young couples on the front row who were just plastered by the time the comedy started. And they did not make the evening. 3 of them were outside. By the end of the evening. The fucking gig was fun, though. It was kind of, they were drunk, a little bit rowdy, but fun. That's the way it should be. It restored my faith in white audiences, that is. Being as it was a predominantly white audience down there. You know, there wasn't many other races in there. It kind of restored it, and I was like, maybe white people aren't so bad after all. And what better way to end this podcast with maybe white people aren't so bad after all? Hey, if you disagree with that statement, please email in to podcast@benbriggs.co.uk and we will discuss whether white people are or aren't so bad after all. Here we go. That's what normal podcasts would do, wouldn't it? Anyway, that is episode 294. I'm just giving you an update of what I've been up to, people. I'm sweating my fucking tits off here. I'm just leaking out of every single pore. I can feel the fucking grease fucking on my fucking face. That is episode 294 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I will be back next Sunday, people. Hopefully it'll have chilled out a bit. I need to get a fucking fan for this hot box, sweat box that I'm in at the moment. That is Briggs Towers. I'll be back next Sunday. Have a good week, motherfuckers. You know. Have a good week, motherfuckers. I'll speak to you then. Take care.